Now, if you're looking to buy your next RC, reliability is an important factor, and in this video I'm going to give you my top 5 picks of my most reliable RC crawlers. Now, these are all rigs that I've owned for over a year. I've ran many battery packs through, and I found them to be really reliable, and I think they're worth your hard-earned cash. So coming in at number 5, we've got the FCX24 from FMS. Now, before you rage quit on me, hear me out. I know some people have had issues with some of the gears on their FCX24s online. For me personally, I have had 0 issues. I actually own about 10 FCX24s. My Power Wagon, my K5, and specifically my Unimog, I have used many times. I've owned them all for over a year. I've ran, I don't know how many battery packs through them. My Unimog is probably one of my, second most mudded rigs on my channel. It's one of those rigs that I know I can just take it out, I can mud it, I can use a full battery pack in the mud, take it home, wash it, dry it, stick it on the shelf, take it out next week and do the same thing again. It's actually still running all of the stock electronics. It's running the stock drivetrain, including the gears, the drive shafts. The chassis is actually still stock, even the stock shocks and everything as well. I've actually found the hard body to be super tough. I've rolled it many times on the rocks and not broken a single thing, not even a mirror, which really surprised me. Considering how many times I have submerged this thing and sent it through the mud and water, I have been amazed how durable the stock electronics have been. For me, the FCX24 platform has been super reliable, and I would say it's one of my favourite mini crawlers. If I just want to go and have some mud fun, my Unimog is my go-to mini crawler. And with my Unimog, with all the mudding I've done on it, I've never actually even serviced it in all the time I've owned it. Probably why it screams so much, but it has been super reliable. Yeah, it has amazed me how much abuse this little thing has taken. Now, coming in at number 4, we've got the RC 4-wheel drive C2X. I absolutely love this thing. I have used it at so many events. I have smashed it over the rocks. I am amazed the axles are not in pieces, but this thing has been so durable and so reliable, and it's so capable as well. I absolutely love it. I wish RC 4-wheel drive would make more rigs like this because I think it is just awesome. Considering it's a hard body, it's actually really tough as well. I mean, I've been running it on the rocks and smashed it so hard, the body has actually flown off the chassis. And I'm like, no, something's broken. But you pick it up, stick it back on, and away you go. It is absolutely fantastic. Compared to their TF2 platform, it is very different. If you are looking for an awesome hard body 10th scale rig that can take everything you throw at it, looks really cool, actually crawls really well, and this is definitely one to consider. And I would say it's not only one of my most reliable RC crawlers, it's one of my favorites. It is just so cool. Coming in at number 3, we got the Traxxas TRX4M. Now, if you're a regular to the channel, you know how much I dislike the TRX4M, so it says something putting it at number 3 on this list. But I gotta be honest, as much as I don't like the platform, it is really durable. I mean, I have mudded my TRX4M, I've rock crawled it, I've beaten the hell out of it. I've upgraded it with a brushless system and still beaten the hell out of it, and it just takes it like an absolute champ. I was amazed with how rough I have been with my TRX4M Defender, which I did my LCG Enduro build on. Even with the brushless system, how much abuse that thing can take and nothing breaks. Before I upgraded it, I actually took it mudding. I submerged it multiple times. The stock electronics were absolutely fantastic. I had 0 issues. The only issues that I've had with my TRX4M is in relation to the body mounts. I find that when you roll them a lot, after a while, they get a little bit loose and they don't quite clip on as snug as they did when they first came out of the box. Now, I don't really like the TRX4M platform, and I do think it's overpriced and not very capable out of the box, but I got to give it to it. It has been really durable considering everything I've thrown at it, so it deserves to be on this list. So coming in at number 2, we got the FMS FJ40. I absolutely love this rig. It is one of my favourite RC crawlers. Now, it is meant to be a 10th scale, but it's a big 10th scale. And considering how big and heavy it is, I have been amazed at the amount of abuse it has taken. It is one of my go-to rigs when I go to events because I just love using it so much. But I have smashed this thing over the rocks so many times. I've smashed it into the rocks, and I've been amazed, to be honest, with the amount of abuse that it has taken. I mean, the fact that the hard body is actually still in one piece blows my mind. I mean, if you've been at events and you've seen how I treat this thing, I am not easy on it by any means. After my TRX4, it is probably my most abused rig. Now, electronics wise, it's actually still running the stock steering servo, and considering how many times that thing has been submerged in water, it's been mudded, it's been smashed over rocks, again, I'm amazed the stock steering servo is actually still working. Now, body-wise, it is super, super tough. You know, again, I'm amazed I haven't broken doors off and smashed windows and stuff like that. The bumpers are really durable and everything. The only things I have broken on the body is the front lights, like the indicator bits that stick up, because they tend to get caught on the rocks and there's just the little clips that hold them in, so they snap off. They got broken off quite quickly. The only other thing I've broken on the body was a mirror, and that wasn't even my fault. That was when I was mud wrestling basically with Tomley RC, and his big old chirp came through. The tyre caught my mirror, flicked it off, and it flew off into a muddy puddle, never to be seen again. Now, chassis-wise, I have actually had two issues with it. First being the rear drive shaft, I think where it had been smashed on the rocks so many times, it basically came undone. I think it must have got unthreaded or something, so I did have to replace the rear drive shaft. The only other issue I had was on the front axle, and I've forgotten what it's called, but basically on the steering hub, where you've basically got the kind of the hex CV joint, effectively, the little pin that goes in there, it got too loose and basically came out, and then obviously it just meant your axle just kind of flung apart, so I did have to replace that. But other than that, considering how much abuse it has taken, I think it has been super, super durable and really, really reliable. You know, I've got other RC crawlers from other brands, and if I abused them in the same way that I abuse this thing, they would be broken after about one run. So coming in at number one, we've got none other than the Traxxas TRX4. This thing is an absolute tank. In my opinion, the Traxxas TRX4 is still one of the best 10th scale crawlers you can buy. Yes, they may not be the most capable compared to some other rigs you can buy, but you can't go wrong with a TRX4 in my opinion. They can just take so much abuse. They're just absolute machines. If you want to get an idea of how much abuse these things can take, just check out my Land Rover playlist. Even just look at the thumbnails and that'll give you a pretty good idea. I have mudded this thing so many times, it is unbelievable. And honestly, you know, I've mudded a lot of rigs in my time, and some of them, you take them through the mud and then within a couple of minutes, they're just broken. You know, drive shafts have come off, spur gears have been decimated, motors are ruined, and you're just like, what am I doing? The TRX4 just takes it like an absolute champ. Now, I upgraded mine to a Hobbywing Fusion Pro brushless system because I wanted to be even more stupid with it. But before that, I was still running all of the stock electronics, even when I was mudding it and submerging it and everything like that. And they were absolutely fantastic. I know a lot of people aren't fussed on the stock Traxxas TRX4 electronics, but to be fair to them, they were really, really reliable, still better than a lot of the other electronics you get in some ready to runs. You know, everybody's putting in 1060s, they're rubbish. The Traxxas electronics have still got better slow speed control than those. And yeah, I was amazed at how much abuse those stock electronics can handle. You probably wouldn't believe me, but my TRX4 is actually still running the stock Traxxas steering servo. And I've owned it for, what, 3 years? I think it is 2.5 years or something. And everything it's been through, it's still running that stock steering servo. To me, that says a lot. Now, they're not hard bodies, but to be fair, the bodies are really, really tough. Again, you know, I've smashed this thing into rocks. I've beaten so hard on it, and it never breaks. You know, it's just absolutely fantastic. It has really amazed me how durable that body is. Now, in terms of the gears and everything like that, I'm still running all the stock gears. I have destroyed 3 spur gears in my time, but again, it was just my own fault because I just like to be stupid. You know, I'm second gearing it brushless when it's stuck to try and get it out of something, and something has to give, and I would rather the spur gear went than something else. Now, if you are looking for an RC that you can just throw everything at it, including the kitchen sink, and it just smiles at you and says, give me some more, the Traxxas TRX4 is your go-to rig. It is just so, so good. Now, I appreciate they are slightly overpriced and all that jazz, but sometimes you get what you pay for, and in my opinion, the TRX4 is still one of the best 10th scale crawlers you can buy. Now, I do want to give a special mention to the TRX6 as well. I was going to give it a separate spot on this list, but as it's kind of the same chassis, I thought there was no need. But if you are looking for a 6x6 that can just destroy all the lines and again, just take an unbelievable amount of abuse, then get yourself a TRX6. They are just absolute machines. Sometimes when you have a 6x6, that extra axle puts a lot of strain on the drivetrain and everything like that. I mean, here's an example. I fitted a Fusion Pro 2300 kV brushless system to my TRX6. I took it mudding. I was trying to wheel spin out of the mud in second gear. Normally you'd strip a spur gear or something like that. No, this thing broke the motor shaft on the Fusion Pro. I opened it up afterwards and I was like, okay, I did not expect that. The TRX6 was like, I'm not braking, you can brake. It was insane. Now, I'll put links in the description to where you can pick them all up from. If you want to see more information on each one, like reviews and actually see them in action, then check out my playlists. I've got review playlists, mini crawler playlists, like crawling playlists. Yeah, check them out. Loads of running videos and stuff in there, and you can see how much I've actually used each one of these rigs. Let me know in the comments what you think of my top 5 list. Do you own any of them and do you agree that they are really reliable? I hope you found this video helpful. Drop me a comment if you've got any questions. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching and we will see you on the next one. You could win a brand new Traxxas TRX4 for less than the price of your morning coffee. This is my modified TRX4 Defender. Absolutely love it. One of my favourite 10 scale crawlers. But you could pick a brand new Defender or a Bronco or even a High Trail. So check out the raffle link in the description to enter. Or maybe you prefer his little brother, the Traxxas TRX4M. This is my modified Defender, but you could win a brand new Defender or a Bronco. Again, check out the raffle link in the description to enter.